Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. This is Christal Jordan looking very sleepy this morning, but I am committed to doing this every day. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to come in. And I thought this morning for my, hey, Johnny, I hope all is well with you. I miss your presence very much. Were you able to get a good breakfast yet? No, I have not eaten breakfast. I am in the mountains in Georgia, and it's beautiful here. But I thought I'd take this morning. I would play one of my absolute favorite gospel artists, just to kind of get us in this energy of meditating and putting our day off to a great start. My faith is the one thing that has held me and kept me in so many situations that I don't think I could have made it without. So this is a big part of my faith. So I just want to welcome you guys in this morning. Meditation, but it's a little worship today. It's a little worship with Tasha. Not too much to get us in trouble with. Probably gonna get in trouble with YouTube anyway, but hey. Good morning, everybody. Come in. It's day 4. It's day 4. How to win when shit happens. This backdrop, like no man-made backdrop could be that beautiful. That's God's creation behind us. Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday morning, but we are still in our daily meditations. We're still in our routine. I hope you guys are joining. If you haven't joined today and you're watching this later, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to get what you need anyway. But I thank you guys for tuning in. The ones of you that are tuning in every morning at 7 a.m. Good morning, Chris. We'll see you soon. So, the daily affirmation for today, number 4, is a really important one. Because the first 3 affirmations, they're nice. They're talking about, I am love, I am light was day 1. I am love, I am light. I am love, I am light, I am powerful beyond my wildest dreams and imaginations. Day 2, I possess everything. Day 2, I am worthy of all my dreams and desires. I am worthy. Day 1, I am powerful. Day 3 was I possess everything within me needed to manifest the destiny I choose. So this has all been about us being powerful, us being worthy, us being able. Day 4 challenges us. It challenges us to be better. It challenges us to think in a different mindset. I'm going to let Tasha go before we get in trouble. We want to worship and meditate, but we do not want to get shut down. We do not want to be shut down. So I'm going to cut that off. But day 4, it challenges our thinking, right? And it rights our thinking that is leading us down the wrong path. So our affirmation for day 4, how to win when shit happens. If you have your book, I hope you have it with you. If you do not, you can always get it on Amazon, $4.99 for the Kindle version, $9.99 for the paperback version. I want you to get this because not only do you have the affirmations in the book, but you also have the reasons behind it, a little bit of understanding and a quote behind it. Day 4, I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. This is so important for us in our daily walk, right? So many times we think in our head, these people don't like me. I don't know if I'm going to be accepted here. And that holds us back. That holds us back from getting where we need to go. It's our negative attitude. I'm going to read you the quote for today. Seduction is a game of psychology, not beauty. And it is within the grasp of any person to become a master at the game. Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction, one of my favorite books as a publicist. Absolutely one of my favorite books. But the idea behind that is that it doesn't take beauty, it doesn't take smarts, it doesn't take money, it doesn't take any of those things to find favor with others, right? It is our mindset. But the most important thing I want you to realize about this is that you don't need the validation behind anyone. Working in entertainment, I actually am working on another book about fame being a drug that it will come out years later because I don't want to be in the entertainment industry anymore at all when I release this. Because there is a psychology to fame that is absolutely just amazing. But and it's very interesting. But the entertainment industry is built around the need of acceptance from others, right? Famous people want to become more famous. People want to be around famous people. People need that validation. People want that validation, right? But the reality is you are who God made you to be, regardless of who co-signs that or not. And the key to this is if you co-sign yourself, if you walk in confidence and you understand that no matter what, you are blessed and you find favor continuously with others. If you know that, others will start to respond to that. Most of the time, others are responding to our negativity that we put out, right? I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, I came from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think I told you guys that a few days ago. I was not doing entertainment PR. I was doing things very corporate. Do I still work with Chili? I do still work with Chili. I do still work with Chili, a very, very famous person that I've learned a lot from. But I moved to Atlanta and I started working entertainment PR. And whatever I do, I want to be good at it, right? I want to be one of the best at what I do. And I was told, there's no way you're going to make it because you didn't go to a HBCU. Shouts out to University of Oklahoma. I didn't go to a HBCU, but I love my alma mater. I went to the University of Oklahoma, something very different, the opposite of an HBCU. And so I was told that I was never going to be successful because I didn't have any family celebrity ties, right? And I went to the University of Oklahoma. Atlanta is a big HBCU city. Obviously, Morehouse, Spelman, Clark are here. I love those schools. I love what they stand for. But that wasn't my journey. That wasn't my story. I didn't go to one of those schools. So I was told that I could pretty much hang it up with wanting to be successful in this business because I didn't have those ties. And at that time, I was a lot younger and a lot cockier than I am now. And I remember thinking, who is that person to tell me that I'm not going to be successful because I don't know anybody in this business? They must not know who I am. I've always been the only Black girl. In Oklahoma, I was the only Black girl doing so many things. I've never walked in with a cosign from being a legacy from a family member or, having a connection from something. I've always started from that place, right? But what I learned later is it's not the cockiness because that's youth and a little bit of foolishness sometimes, but sometimes it gets you through when you need it. But it's really the mindset of believing that others will be drawn to you and walking in that mindset. And if you believe that, others will have no choice but to follow suit, right? And the people that don't aren't important anyway. But it's important for us, especially women. I don't know the psychology behind the way men think. So I can speak to how women think. And I know a lot of times women will look around a room, and if other women are dressed differently than them, or if other women seem to have a different racial background as them, they will automatically feel intimidated and automatically count themselves out. Absolutely. Women look around and judge other women and automatically assume that maybe they don't belong or maybe these girls won't like me, right? This is, I don't know, it's bred in little girls from early on. You're in school. I remember being in school and attending a new school, and I'm looking around and thinking, well, maybe these kids won't like me. Maybe these they won't accept me, right? That's all our personal insecurities that are birthed into us, I believe. And that's why it's so amazing that we have the opportunity to change the way we think. This is reprogramming our brain. So I want you guys, we're getting ready to start our meditation and I feel raindrops, but it's okay as long as it doesn't get too bad and stop my computer. I want us to do our meditation today. We're going to take a breath. First, I want us to just take some deep breaths in. Some deep breaths in. I want you guys to count with me. We're going to just take a deep breath in. Center yourself and release it. Close your eyes. And I know when I would hear about meditation, I'd wonder, why do people say close your eyes? What is the difference? But when you close your eyes, you really have an opportunity to connect with your core, right? You have an opportunity to get still and not take in the visual around you and connect with your core. Take another deep breath in and release it. I'm going to do one more deep breath in. Now release it. That feels better already to me. All right, we're going to start our affirmation. You remember it is, I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. One more time, I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. Take that in, release it. I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. Take that breath in. Now release it. One more time. I am blessed and constantly find favor with others. Take that breath in. Exhale. I want you to keep your eyes closed. And I want you to visualize every encounter that you have today and moving forward to automatically expect to find favor. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your financial background is. You are blessed and you automatically find favor with others. People are drawn to you. People want to see you succeed. People want the best for you. Take another deep breath in. Now release it. Very good. Very good. One of the most toxic attitudes, I believe, that you can have is to encounter and to believe deep down in yourself that other people don't want you to succeed, right? To walk around with this chip on your shoulder thinking, yeah, people don't want to see you happy, people don't want to see you succeed, people want to take from you, people want to see you down. I'm not negating that may be true in some situations, not all. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm not saying that there aren't people that are jealous. There are people that are jealous. There are people that may see your success as a subtraction from themselves, right? That's where that comes from. It's not necessarily them just wanting you to fail. It's more about your failure being seen as as evidence of their failure, right? So if you succeed, then that means there's something wrong with them, right? But I don't believe that people are inherently that way. I think most people suffer from insecurity, which is why most people need to get a copy of this book to know that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you look like, you have the ability to win. But when you walk around with that attitude, you draw negativity to you, right? You can't, whatever is inside of you is inevitably going to radiate without. It's inevitably going to come out and it's inevitably going to come back to you, right? It's just, life is a cycle. It's very spiritual. What is inside inevitably will come back to you. Good morning. Good morning. If you're just joining, good morning, you guys. We are on day 4 of how to win when shit happens. And our affirmation for today is, I am blessed and automatically find favor with others. And I'm just talking about the fact that I've heard this a lot with people, especially in business. I remember when I first started, it was such a competitive field, and publicity in Atlanta, publicity, entertainment publicity, and working with celebrities, such a competitive field. And I remember people telling me that I would not be able to be successful because I didn't know someone. And I remember people saying that I would not be able to be successful because of certain things. And then I took their conversation a step further, right? At a certain point, I was a single mother with 2 children. None of my colleagues had children. In entertainment, PR, not very many people have children, right? So definitely not children that they talk about, right? So I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I have kids. Nobody else has kids. I may not be able to do this. I took what other people said and I started to expand on it. Like, maybe I don't have the clothes to, I'm going out with, as people know, Chili from TLC and all these different celebrities. And I don't have the designer clothes to do that at that time. I didn't have that. I was trying to rebuild my wardrobe after a huge loss from my divorce. And I just didn't have it, you know? And so there was so many different reasons that I created within myself to tell myself why I didn't belong or why people would not like me, right? And what I'm telling you guys is no one else was thinking the things that I was thinking. I was creating the I cannot and maybe it won't within myself. Yeah, hey John, it was just me and Didi Cochado. Rest in peace, Didi. We miss your spirit here. But I was creating that within myself. And then I remember I got sick and I said, I don't want anyone to know that I'm sick because I think if people know I'm sick, they're going to smell blood in the water, right? It's like sharks are going to smell blood in the water and they're going to try to take my clients. And I've had people try to take my clients. I'm not going to say that I haven't. I've had that. But what I realized is me worrying about them and staying in that negative space, it was distracting me from being the crystal that I am. It was making me stay to myself and stay away from people and think everyone was against me. And I was miserable like that. I wasn't making friends. I wasn't making business a lot, allies. I was staying in this bubble, right? And the success started coming, but it was in a way that did not allow other people in. So many collaborations I probably could have had if I had opened myself up at that time, but I was so afraid that other people wouldn't like me or they would judge me or they would see the insecurities that I had and they would start to believe those for themselves. And what I'm telling you is when you walk around that way, and I know especially in the African American community, we're just going to be real. A lot of us have been taught people don't want to see you do well. People want to see you fail. People are waiting for that. Don't tell people what you want. All of that negative talk. But what it does is it protects you to a certain extent, but it also keeps you from the blessings that others can give. It also keeps you from the blessing of being able to be happy and being able to be a person that people are excited to see and feel good around because you start to adopt this very closed-minded negative energy and people feel that. I want to challenge you to break those chains. I was listening to Tasha Cobb earlier today. She's my favorite gospel. She's my favorite, one of my favorite artists, period. She has a song called Break Every Chain. I challenge you to break that mentality. Break that mentality. Where you're going to the winner's circle, you can't get there if you're sitting up worried about people that don't like you. If you're worried about people that don't like you, if you're worried about people that are trying to take your spot, you can't get what God has for you that way because you're too focused on negativity. And when you're focused on negativity, you're going to draw negativity to you. I remember there's a dating site that, when you start dating after a while, people tell you to write on your profile. And I can't tell you how many guys' profiles I saw that would say, I don't want a woman like this, and the women are like this, and you're like that, and all that negativity and all his bad relationships, it made me as a woman not even want to talk to him, period. He could have been a great guy, but because he led with negativity, I didn't want anything to do with it. In the same token, I know women that do that. They can't wait to tell men, oh, you're not going to get with me if you do this, if you do that, if you do this. Nobody wants to hear that. That turns people that would be wanting to be with you and can see your value, you shut it off from them. I think the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. Instead of saying what you don't want, say what you do want. I'm going to find an amazing partner that's going to love me. I'm there. I don't care what's going on out in the world. I'm going to find something amazing. And I promise you it will come. I'm going to find people that want to support my dream. They're out there. They are waiting to help me. I believe that. And if you believe that, it will come. I promise you. I challenge you to break the negativity. I challenge you to break the mindset that people are against you, whether they are or not. If your spirit is focused on what's for you, it will come. I promise you that. I promise you that. So now that we're in a positive space, we're ready to tackle this Saturday, this beautiful Saturday. You guys see how beautiful God's earth is behind me. I want us to get real quickly before we get out of here to listen to a little bit of our soundtrack, guys. You know that the soundtrack the playlist is absolutely free, and this keeps us focused on our dreams and our energy, our motivation. And I got to play a little bit. I know I'm going to get yanked off of this. We're going to play a small bit of this. But Beyonce, again, one of my biggest motivators. I don't care what you think about her. She wins. And the music she puts out and the image she portrays is one of strength, is one of power. and success. And I want that for all of you. I'm going to keep running because a winner doesn't quit on themselves. I'm going to leave you guys with that quote. Download the free playlist today. Go to the website, www.howtowinwhenshithappens. Get the playlist by DJ Mark Battle. Get the book, and meet me here tomorrow, Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday. We're still checking in on a Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. And the rest of the week, every day for the month of July, we're doing our affirmations. Every day for the month of July, we're speaking positivity over our lives. I'm going to keep running because a winner doesn't quit on themselves. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I love you all. I'll see you in the morning. I hope you guys enjoyed that.